Alright, I'm here tonight with Mr. Cody Lewis, a wrestler, and we are going to talk about the wrestling company SWE.
Let's talk about them. Let's do it.
Alright, what do you think of SWE, Mr. Lewis?
I like the way you kind of wrote that down. What do you think about... Alright. Guys are phonies. They're going to do whatever they can to take your money. Pretty much the bottom of the totem pole. Man, these guys are absolute jokes. See anything they can do to make a quick buck, and they're golden.
So we're jokes, bottom of the totem pole, and money hungry. No, that's far from what Shockwave is, actually. If we're the bottom of the totem pole, I want to know where you lie. Let's just check it out real quick. If anyone's a joke, you are.
Yeah, next question, dude.
What do you think about their wrestling talent, their stable, if you will?
Old, washed up, out of shape, has-beens. They got a couple guys that could even make it anywhere if they wanted to. But for the most part, they're just drowned out. You know, they should have hung up the tights a few years ago. Actually, for most of them, probably about 30 years ago. But, you know, I give them respect as men because...
Whoa. Stop you right there. Respect. That seems to be one thing that you do not have. If you really respected them, you would not be talking shit about them. And as far as your comments about them, you know, being old and out of shape, while it may be true, they can actually work a match. They know how to entertain the crowd and give them their money's worth, unlike you.
I know you studied wrestling in Japan. What is it like going from that type of school to SWE's? What are your opinions of their wrestling school?
Well, it shouldn't have been that much different. Though coming from over there where you're in a fast-paced match, from the time the match starts to the time it ends, you're always moving around. You're doing something to give the crowd their money's worth. And over here, you know, they tried to get me to pretty much transform the way that I was trained over there to their training standards over here, and that's bad business because that, you know, that's gonna get somebody hurt one day. You know, I hope it never happens to anybody, but you know, it's definitely a possibility. It's not a sport to take very lightly.
Watching Japanese wrestling videos on YouTube all day does not constitute as training. You see, you claim to be trained in Japan, yet when you come here you expect to just know everything. However, the reason we tried to train you in our style, was to keep you from getting hurt and to keep other people from getting hurt. It's very simple. You claim you don't want anyone getting hurt, yet you have not been trained and you're getting in the ring with everyone.
I know we talked previously about a certain injury you'd sustained. Could you explain the incident leading up to this? I believe with an individual named JoJo.
Yeah, JoJo. He's a good guy. You know, I don't know him at all. Worked with him one match. I wasn't even slated to work on the card that night, actually, and you know, they're like, all right, we got a spot open. You're gonna work JoJo. You know, you and Sean are gonna go over. Tag match go over means you're gonna win against him. And these guys were like, you know, talk with him. Anything that you know, you think that you do or whatever, you know, go ahead and talk to him about that. You know, workout spots or whatever. But so I talked with him, and he was like, all right, we're gonna go to a spot where I think it was after I reversed one of his clotheslines, and he was supposed to clothesline over my head, and a little bit of miscommunication, and he didn't go over my head. He got me in the side of the face. No homo. Can't ring my fucking bell, that's for sure. Got me in the left side of the face. Face went red, went down for a little bit. Wasn't anything bad at all, you know. Kind of rung my bell, so you know, I powdered out of the ring or slid out of the ring. Kind of regained my composure, or whatever, and then we got back in and finished the match. We went to the back.
Let's look at the clip in question. Now you say he was supposed to clothesline over your head? You're supposed to duck. A clothesline will be thrown the same way every time. It is your job to make sure you duck.
You know, like, they were talking to me about communication and blah blah blah, and it was simple lapse of judgment because they blow more spots. Their talent blows more fucking spots than anybody I've ever seen. They're fucking worse than WCW blowing spots, but...
Us blowing our spots? No. As you saw in the clips at the beginning of the video, you blew basically every spot you had. Every single spot. And it doesn't matter if a veteran blows a spot, it's their ability to cover it that makes it seem like nothing happened that makes them good. You failed to do that every single time.
So, considering the time you spent with them at the end of the night, how much money did you walk away with from this event?
Nothing. $0. Look at me, $0. Yeah, from day one you're told, hey, when you get in the indie business, you do it for the heart. You know, you do it because it's what you want to do. You don't do it for the money. But come on, guys, give me enough money to pay for my gas, at least going up there. You know.
You're gonna complain about not being paid on the indie scene? Get used to disappointment, Cody, because it happens a lot. Hell, I've been doing this for nearly 6 years, and I still barely get paid. So if you really think that you have paid your dues, which you haven't, you've done enough training, which you haven't, and think you're ready to wrestle, which you're not, by all means, try. The only thing I can suggest to you is get actual training. I'm not saying it has to be by us, considering your feelings towards Shockwave, but just get trained. And if you want to get paid, then why not fork over an arm and a leg and train with FCW, and maybe, just maybe, you'll be called up to WWE, which I doubt. But that's all I have to say about you, Cody Lewis. Oh, and any bookers who are contacted by Cody Lewis, aka the Illuminati Kid, don't listen to his lies. He says he's been trained in Japan, but as you could see earlier, no, he wasn't. If he was trained in Japan, he might know a little thing or something about wrestling, but kid knows nothing.